Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to be sharing with you on how to hand paint an imaginative flower on white fondant. It's easier than it sounds, so let's get started. The first thing you'll need are edible paints. I use edible colours in paste and dust form as you can achieve detailed painting and they don't give a watery effect where all the colours run into each other and make the fondant soggy. You'll also need a round synthetic brush with a fine tip for details, not a flat one, and preferably one of good quality to avoid hairs falling out. You'll also need some alcohol, a glass of water to wash the brush every time you change colour, some kitchen paper to dry the brush with, a plate or palette for the edible paints, and of course the rolled out fondant. Today I'm going to use red, yellow and blue paints and also a light beige which I'll first use to outline the form of the petals in case I need to rectify what I've painted. It won't be noticeable since I'll later go over the flower a second time with darker or more intense colours. I've applied a small quantity of the colour pastes and powder on the plate. I'm going to first dip the tip of my brush in the alcohol and apply it to the colour to thin it out until I acquire the consistency I need, not too thick and not too runny. I'm going to start by painting a small circle in the centre of the fondant, which is a flower centre with a light beige colour. Don't make it too small. From there, we're going to paint a petal. I'm focusing on painting a longish oblong shape starting from the circle outwards. Just leave a little space along the circle and draw another petal. The idea is to try to make the length of each petal the same as the previous one. Once the first row of petals is painted, I'm going to wait a few minutes for the paint to dry before continuing. This is an imaginative flower, so I'm going to paint a few short thin lines within the first half of each petal in red, starting from the centre outwards. You'll need very little paint on the tip of the brush, so make sure it's not runny. Then I'm going to do the second half of each petal in yellow. You can also colour the tip of each petal to highlight them and paint polka dots. Once the first row of petals is painted, I'm ready to start the second row. I'm going to paint half an oblong in between each petal with the lighter colour, which I will later go over with a darker or more intense colour once I'm happy that the petals are more or less the same in length and width. You can be creative and use whatever colours you like, although I try to stick to colours that I know the person I'm making the cake for likes. Today, I'm going to paint the second row with a contrasting colour in blue to make them stand out more, and then do the tips in orange. You can invent and colour polka dots on the petals. You can paint as many rows as you like. Once the petals are painted, I'm going to add a stem. Decide what part of the flower you want as the base of the painting and then draw a straight or curved line. Carefully paint another one next to it and give the stem's colour some contrast by using a darker and lighter green. This will make it look more vivid. And there you go, we have our flower. You can also personalise your cake by adding lettering. I like to do this freehand, but another option is to buy some fondant cake cutters with lettering. Just make sure that the size of the cutters isn't too large for the size of the cake. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and to give me a like. See you in my next video. Bye!